Good Friday, everybody. It's going to
Happy
be
Good
a
Friday.
wonderful day in the neighborhood. Happy Good Friday, everyone. It's Easter, everybody. Happy Friday.
Happy Good
What's
Friday.
hopping?
What's happened?
Who's ready to roll around and get down, get down, get down?
Who's got them
That's
stanky
funny.
Easter eggs?
Happy Good Friday, everyone. We just wanted to wish everybody a great happy Friday. It is a wonderful day. It's me. It's your boy Jason Gulick here, coming in from Phoenix, Arizona. It is now 5:29 a.m. I am joined by my co-host, the one and only Mark D. Klodzinski, and today we are joined by our guest, special guest, Mr. John La Liberté, and he is based out of, well, he was based out of South Carolina, but he's getting ready to move on up. Moving on up
Moving on up in this.
to the east side. So I was just gonna say I can't really see anything, so hey.
Action to your head today is a what?
So from Southern
Yeah,
Shine,
no
John
kidding.
La Liberté, we wanted to give him a shout out. He's getting ready to move from South Carolina, heading up to where are you going? North Carolina.
Charlotte, 2 hours north.
Charlotte. Get some rope riding going on. So he's from
All
Southern
day.
Shine and also a host, one of the hosts of Below the Parapet, John La Liberté. John, what is up today, buddy?
Not much, man. Getting ready. Just getting ready. Ready to get on those buildings, ready to start working. I've been out of work since beginning of February, so it's been almost 2 months now that I've not been working, so I'm ready.
Oh
Awesome,
yeah.
dude. And John, I know you were on the Squeegee Life the other day. I'm not quite sure what you guys discussed, but I'd like to find out a little bit more about you and tell you a little bit more to our friends about you. You've been cleaning windows, I think, what, 17 years, something like that?
Yeah, long
And where did
time.
you get your start? What city, what state? Where'd you get your start?
Minneapolis, Minnesota. My brother owns a company up there. I was still in the National Guard, kind of, sort of. There's no jobs in Florida at that time. Back in 2008, that was a rough year financially for a lot of people. So I went up north, started hanging around with him. I mean, as it goes with being with family, period, it hardly ever works working with family. So like we butt heads, and a buddy of mine called me up, was like, "Hey, you want to go join the Marine Corps?" I was like, "Sure, screw it, let's go." So I went and did that for about 2 years before I got medically discharged out, and I started hanging again. I went back to my brother's, learned that lesson. He told me I'd never make it anywhere else. So, fast forward about 11 years ago, I came down to Myrtle Beach the first time, and I started hanging. That company didn't really work out, so I started talking with Squeegee Squad, and I started learning the game more and started integrating online with the pro groups and learning stuff, and learning that high rise guys are few and short in between. There's not many of us out there, so it's easy. Somebody's always looking for work somewhere.
Yeah.
And then that's how I started traveling everywhere. Some companies don't work out, so you go to the next one, and here I am now. I made my first company last July, so we're still working some things out for that. The insurance is ridiculously high for high rise, so I'm gonna go sub underneath somebody else, but use their insurance as like an employee.
And so you're Southern Shine, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. And
Southern Shine Building Services LLC.
There you go. And you established that this past June or July, you said, in 2025.
Yeah.
That's outstanding. And you started Below the Parapet just recently, right?
Yeah. I was like laying in bed, and I was scrolling through Facebook. I'm like, God, there's awfully a lot of just regular window cleaner, water fed pole, podcasts on these groups. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna, I'm gonna make a name and see where it goes. And I've made the Facebook page, and Chris seen it. He's like, hey, I'll sponsor you if you want WCR. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. You know, he
Wow.
thought it was a unique idea, you know, because you never hear anything but above what's going on with the water fed. What
Mhm.
about the guys that are, you know, doing the hard stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm
There's
glad
nowhere
that
to
you
poop
brought
up there.
Oh yeah,
I'm glad that you brought it up, man. That's really cool, and it gives others an opportunity to find out maybe, hey, they would like to go that route too, and learn how to do some drops and how did you like learn initially? Are you certified? You sprat?
I was trained by my brother in house, and then you know, over time you learn the right way and the wrong way to do things, and so I didn't get certified until I think it was 6 years ago. To be honest, I'd been
Yeah,
on the ropes for a while. Yeah, Jeff Scott was the one who first certified me, and then 2 years ago I got Mike Draper's certification as well, and that just
sweet.
expired. But I was dual cert for RDS. I'm not Sprat. It's expensive.
Yeah.
Them
Dog's
dogs
gonna
want
eat it.
that bunny rabbit head.
Yep.
Only that, they got the Kong going crazy too. I'm telling you, man, whenever they see or they hear Mark's voice, as soon as I thought maybe the earbuds would help too. Uh, like whenever
They
they
have
hear,
exceptional hearing, dude.
yeah, whenever they hear Mark's voice, they start going ape shit. They think it's time to go outside and play. But now I guess it's maybe just that they hear me and they're like, all right, it's time to go party.
Yep.
Yeah, my girls are all perked up, like looking over here, like, what's going on? What are you doing?
Yeah, getting ready to get this show on the road, man. It's time for goo
They're
and
they're
geese.
they're well trained.
Yeah, mine are
Let's
not.
see here.
They're freaking animals. Oh
See
no, I think
that?
I may have.
That's what
There we go.
dogs are supposed to do. It's 5:30 in the morning and 6:30 to sit there and enjoy life.
That's
Back to dogs.
Ava, the brown and black one. The one curled up is Stella, and then the black mop on the floor is Aries.
Nice.
Nice.
So,
Yep, those are my babies.
John, you mentioned about you got certified from Draper from Jeffrey Scott and then Draper. Some may say you are certifiable,
Yeah,
certifiably crazy, but that's
yeah.
because you're a good dude and you wear your heart on your sleeve and you share your emotions with others.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
one of the things that we talk about on this show is mental health. And a lot of times in our industry, guys like ourselves work for ourselves, and sometimes we don't have others to talk to, right? And
right.
with the pro window cleaning group continuing to grow the way it is, the different podcasts that are out there, are you finding it easier to connect with people across the country?
Oh yeah, like I have more friends that are on my Facebook that are window cleaners than people I know personally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It really is. Like I got like I there's people I talk to like all the time, like Damien, for instance, you guys, you know.
yeah,
I've never met you guys, but we talk at least a couple of times a week, you know, check in with each
yep,
other, you know. That's great. Half my own friends don't even do that, much less my own family, you know. So it
yeah.
puts a different perspective. And I mean, you can learn a lot from different people, especially in window cleaning, you know. You get a lot of minds together, then you start tackling the bigger jobs and ultimately making more money for everybody.
Absolutely. Hey, a couple people. I wanted to say thanks to people for popping in this morning. William Sharkey, of course. Damien is here. He said top of the morning. Groovy Bubbles, our buddy Jason Rains. No, I did not get a haircut. The big bunny ears were just in effect for Good Friday. Good
If
Friday.
out there talk about me, I definitely cut my hair. I couldn't
Oh,
do it
good
no
for
more.
you, man. Craig Hensel says good morning. Yes, it's a giant Connect 4. Tyler Levi Smith is in the building. Adam Hogan Jr. And let's see, a couple others. Mike Matthews, our buddy, Nick Anderson. And yeah, there's got a couple people popping in this Good Friday. I know a lot of people
You-
have uh, days off today. So that's pretty cool. Looking to see some other stuff. Oh yeah, we got some good fun stuff coming soon. So you're getting ready to make that move. How long is the drive, and when are you going to start getting everything situated? And when does that big building, what is it, 56 stories, something like that? When does that come into
The
play for you?
That's a huge
54,
bitch.
54 story starts on the, I want to say the 14th or the 16th. No. whatever the week of the 16th is. I know it's before my birthday. We're gonna do a 6-story on Monday, and then we're doing a 24-story restoration job, and we're
Oof.
trying to get as much of that done. Because I have a buddy coming up from Florida that I helped train, and he's been kind of following me around. He's been to Texas with me. He's been to Minnesota with me. So he's gonna come up and he's gonna be working with us too. So and I'm gonna be in a camper travel like a travel trailer, 30-foot camper, and it's expensive, to try to pay this bill by
Yeah.
yourself, and then to try to pay I think it's like $800 a month is a lot rent, at the campground. So to split that with another person, is definitely going to be pretty good. They're saying that 54 story should take about a month.
Oh,
And what are your thoughts? How long? Like, I've never done drops. I've
I'd
never
have to
participated
personally
in a
see it.
layout. Yeah, okay.
It's hard to tell looking at Google Maps and Google Earth and stuff like that. I'd actually have to get, because I haven't hung since let's see, July of last year, so I'm a little rusty right now. I put on a little extra pounds, and that first drop might take me all day, but once I get back into my groove, it's over with.
yeah.
Because
That flow state.
I'm pretty quick. Like when I worked for my brother, his thing was speed, speed, speed all the time. Like get good and then keep getting faster and faster and faster and faster. Like I can kill a 500-foot wall and probably get 2 or 3 drops in a day just moving. I normally don't take lunch. I'll snack all day. I'll get up to the roof, eat a little bit, drink a little bit, smoke me a cigarette, get right back over, and get the music going and get the views going. I did a building. It was the Hilton Enclave in Myrtle Beach, and I'm doing the railing glass. And I'm like, I think that was a 37-story building. I'm on like the 17th floor, and I come down, and this lady has a big old camera with telescopic lens, and she's like, "I've been waiting all day. Can I take your picture?" I'm like, "Yeah, as long as you send me a copy." And then she's like, "Well, I'm gonna enter this picture into like an art contest, in the
Neat.
county fair, you know what I mean, for photography." And the thing is, people, I get a call like in December, a text message with the pictures and the picture of first place at this, small county fair or whatever, because nobody's ever really seen something like that. It's just me, my ropes, and all you can see behind me is the ocean.
That's
So
that's nice.
I do
first prize?
pictures too. Yeah.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
I mean, I
Immortalized
get
in your fair history.
brownie points for it, but
You got first place, huh?
yeah,
Very nice.
it was just surprising. It's like people are really interested in what's going on. And a lot of people ask, "What do you do? Climb back up?" I'm like, "No, I take the elevator." I'm
You
not.
climb back up. 54.
Sometimes
Yeah.
we have to ascend, but I'm not gonna go ascend a 36. They got power lifts
That'll
for
take
that
all
now.
day. Yeah.
You'll be sore by the end of it too, for
Like
sure.
Adam West in Batman 1965, where they just tilt the thing over. He's like climbing
Climbing the wall.
climbing the wall with his
Yeah,
rope.
have you seen them dudes now? They're free scaling the faces of all glass buildings and stuff with no
that's
safety on or
insane.
nothing. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
what are you
That's
guys
nuts.
doing? I would
Adrenaline.
never
Throw
do
some
that.
baby
Adrenaline.
powder on my fingers and climb the wall.
Yeah, no shit. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, I get you're cool, but my life is valuable. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Get a
I don't
pencil
need
off
that
and lock
extra.
that
I
in.
don't need that extra rush either.
Yeah.
So, how long is this drive for you this weekend?
It's gonna be like 3 hours.
Oh, that ain't too bad.
I'm
Not too
taking it
shabby.
should be it's 155 miles, so it'll take a little bit under 4 hours, but I'm taking all the back roads. I got a 15-foot U-Haul and then a 30-foot camper. I'm not going on the interstate with that thing, so I'll get blown all over the place by them damn semis.
Oh yeah.
And I
Right
want to
now,
keep
Squeegee.
I want to keep the speed low because I don't have the electronic brakes hooked up to the
Okay.
U-Haul, and so it kind of has like, I don't know if you have driven the newer U-Hauls. It kind of has like its own like transmission brake on it, almost
Yeah.
like a Jake brake essentially. And when
Mhm.
I drove from Myrtle Beach to here, I didn't have a single problem towing it, and I took all
Nice.
back roads.
Yeah, it's pretty flat too, so there's not too many hills to have to shit your pants about. Well, maybe in Charlotte area.
Maybe,
You,
yeah.
so
I'm
you
not
did
sure. I've only been there once.
so you
Yeah,
did all
it's all
back roads.
coastal.
You drove kind of like what Squeegee Tom did. He took the Toyota Bago all down the back roads from Maine all the way down to Florida. Um,
Yeah, that'd be a fun drive actually.
yeah,
Yeah, if it was
he seemed to
mechanically sound.
yeah. Well, the U-Haul I'm sure will be able to pull pretty well, and it'll do an okay job. I'm sure you'll be in good hands.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it has a 10,000 pound towing capacity, and this thing weighs just over 7,600. So I'm fine. And
dude.
I have a lot less crap in here too, because I had to, whenever I left Myrtle Beach, I had to empty my storage unit and put it all in my camper. So I have probably 900 less pounds in here now, at
What?
least.
Speaking of Squeegee Tom, I wanted to bring him up real quick. I don't know if he's in or not, but we were talking a little bit earlier about our friends in the community and how a lot of us check one another, and whenever we need an ear, then somebody's there. Tom was sharing a story. I wanted to give a shout out to our buddy Nick Williams, Squeegee Master dude. He sent Tom some goodies. It's really cool when our friends look out for one another, send little care packages, little pick me ups. Sometimes it could be something as small as a phone call. Sometimes it could be a little quick text message to let people know you're thinking about them. But Tom let me know that Nick sent him some, and he obviously we all say thank you to our friends when they shout us out or whatever. But definitely Tom wanted to make sure that Nick Williams knew that he appreciates him. So there you go, Nick. There you go, Tom. We got you all covered. So Grace is joining us too. She's one of your co-hosts on Saturdays. Are you guys going to be or doing the show tomorrow? Or are you going to be on the road?
I plan on doing it. I should be there. I might have to do it on Sunday. I haven't really. I don't know. Well, yeah, I'll be there because it is tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be there.
So
I might have my
you try to run a 4:20 Eastern, correct? 4:20 p.m.
yeah.
Eastern is usually when you're trying to run.
Yep.
People can check you out live in Pro Window Cleaning, right?
Yep. I also share it to Window Cleaning Nation as well.
Dude, those guys in the nation are fucking awesome, man. Jake Van
Yeah.
O, James Riley, all of the crew. I know Grace is over there helping too. I'm not quite sure what Grace doesn't have her hands in, but she is absolutely the best.
Yeah,
So
she's everywhere.
I want to do
She's a
one of
busy
these for
girl.
Grace.
Oh yeah.
So, so guys, bear with me. I got a new soundboard. I got a new mic. I'm a little excited. I'm trying to figure out these things, and all it makes me want to say is, yeah.
Yeah. We got the goo and deeds on the bucket.
Oh, awesome. Macho deeds. Yeah. My
Yeah.
wife. I
Yeah.
love those. Those
My
are nice.
wife.
That's what it also
Yep.
makes me want to say. Turn it up. All right.
Yeah, I can't wait to use that new Zero J2 because there's some balconies that we have to go up underneath. And so
Mhm.
like I got that little one just because it's small enough I can hang on myself, and because like I got I think it's 16 or a 15 foot reach it
Mhm.
the reach it trad, maybe it's a 12, and that
Yeah.
thing's just too freaking long. And I don't want to be carrying those metal poles because those are heavy as crap too, but that
Yeah.
J2 is
Yeah.
going to be going up underneath balconies.
You know who swears by the J2? Jordan Eklund out of Utah. That's his. He swears by that bitch. He's like, yep, that's the money maker. That's it. I don't really hardly do any pole work, so I don't really have a favorite. Except I mean, when I do, it would be I have a micro that I really like, and you know what I like? I've owned a Maker Mini for I don't know 2 years, and I don't have like the biggest freaking hands. I'm not like a 9-inch hand kind of guy. Um, so the Maker Mini works great for me. I like the way it rotates. It's a pretty solid pull. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to use any of those, but yeah.
No, the only thing I've used from Maker so far is their 18-inch brush, which I absolutely love.
That Scotsman is it's my go-to. It is. I bought a
I
couple.
got that one.
Yeah, that's the Python. I want to say. I think that's the
Yeah,
Python.
it's got little scrubbies on the ends too, so that's really nice. And it's a lot lighter than the Sorbo, believe it or not. And
You know what?
I don't like how the Sorbos they start fraying on the ends, and then next thing you know, you got freaking loose brush going all over the place.
I'm gonna explain something real quick, and I hope maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. I was having a conversation with Richie Blue the other day, and I was explaining to him why I like the handy sleeve, which is the the part that actually holds the mop covers, right? And
Right.
it originally was designed to add little microfibers or something like that on, so you can do some wiping and some detailing. But I told him I really like the handy sleeve because it keeps my mop cover secure. It doesn't move. It doesn't slide around. It doesn't when you're pushing on the glass, it's not
It's on
slopping
there.
all around. And I
Yeah.
compared it to. This is where I got to choose my choice of words here. Let's say you're getting intimate with someone and they've already been around the block a bunch of times. I compared it to, yeah, I compared it to that. Like if you don't have a handy sleeve, you're just slopping around and it's just bouncing all around. Yeah, and Richie's like, "Ugh," and I was like, yeah, well, but I digress. So yeah, the Maker Scotsman is where it's at, and the handy sleeve.
The only thing I wish they would do is make bigger brushes. You know, it'd be nice to have. I rock a 22 brush, especially on big windows, because
Yeah.
I got hella reach, and so that extra little bit, you know what I mean. I can get more windows in an area. Yeah, exactly. Like super reach, man, and that would. I won't do the two easiest drops. I'll try and get a whole extra window in there too. You know, even if I got to
Nice.
reach over and cut the top of the first couple windows, I'll try and get as many windows as I can and just swing on down. If I can get 2-in-1s, man, I'm doing that all day.
War
All
machine.
day, every day, twice on Sunday.
I get on the ropes and like once I start going, like I'm trying to smoke the guy next to me.
Yeah.
If it's a nice day and the water's going where you want it to and you can get ahead, I'm gone. See you later.
What is the etiquette on the ropes? Are you allowed to sit out there and light up a Mar bread and just go on it, or is it?
I've done it. It's really based on the owner's discretion, I guess. Because I've done construction cleans. I've been on swing stages, and I'm smoking a cigarette.
I figured it'd be all right. You're out there, you're outside, you're not.
It's not like the smoke's gonna go inside the window. You know what I mean?
Right. Like you're gonna get a lady. Stop smoking. Stop that. You're like,
oh, there probably would be some corporate mindful person to be like, look, he's smoking over there.
Karen on the 50th floor. Shut up, Karen.
Shut up, Karen.
I remember we did a job at University of Minnesota, and it was like getting dark out. It was like the last drop, and I get down to the bottom floor, and these dudes are like, "You want to hit the bong?" And I'm like, I was working for my brother, so I'm looking around, and I'm like, they light it, they put it through a little small window, and they light it, and so I hit it real quick.
Nice.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
Gotta do it at least once. Yeah.
So
your feet were practically on the ground. You're safe.
So you guys know it's, we like to communicate with our friends in the show, and I mentioned a bunch of people in here. Groovy Bubbles has the best question of the day. It's Easter. Are you a Peeps person or not?
No.
Who eats Peeps?
Nope. I'll use them for target practice.
Lala's a no. Deeds, where are you at?
I grew up with Peeps. I'm Mr. Peeps. I don't like them now because they're just like sugar packets. I got over that. But yeah, I'm definitely, growing up, my kids will eat them. I'm a yellow Peep
You'll
fan.
smash a few?
Oh yeah, I'll eat one and call it a day.
It's way too much. I'll go into diabetic shock if I eat something like that. It's way too much sugar.
So now my question is this. For everybody else in the comments section, are you a Peeps person or not? Bubbles, Groovy Bubbles, I want to know, are you a Peeps guy? Because you asked us,
And while we're doing this, I want to say what's up. Good morning to Zach V, who popped in. Uh,
Yeah.
Thomas Wilson, Squeegee Tom says gross. And Tom, we let I know you just now popped in, but we gave a shout out to our pal out in San Antonio, Master Squeegee. He said Damien says Peeps Pepsi is fire. All right, I've never heard of
What?
nor seen it.
Collaborations.
Oh man.
That
Oh,
doesn't
Deviled eggs
sound
says
very
Craig.
good.
all right, another
Yeah.
thing, deviled eggs. Anybody in on the deviled eggs?
Oh man.
Oh yeah,
My
all
wife,
day,
Kylie, makes
all day.
amazing deviled eggs. Those are something you don't want to eat and then go do a couple drops because you're gonna be farting egg toots for a while.
Oh, dude, drop dust in the homies on the ropes is the best thing.
Yeah, it's coming down. You got to come down into it. You're like,
oh
you
yeah.
got to send that.
Me and my brother on the smaller buildings. Like if he gets down below me, he'll come over and take my shoe off and throw it.
There it goes.
Yeah. No, I gotta be good now. I gotta start wearing my helmet before people start jumping on me and I start posting videos. So I gotta start wearing my helmet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
when you're up there on the ropes, it is safe, or just make sure that all your dots are just make sure you're safe, because you're gonna get a lot of people saying, "Oh, look at that carabiner's not clipped." Or
I'm normally that guy. I am that
eyes
guy.
are dotted and
I'm
T's are crossed.
I'm that guy that definitely, if I see a bad setup on Facebook, I'm gonna say something about it.
Yeah, I've watched you comment and start stirring the pot and riling the shit. It's all good.
Oh, I rattled it good the other day too about these water-fed poles and electricity. Like, just don't do it.
Yeah, he said just
don't do it. Yeah, like
here's a wire. Here's a wire. Get away from the wires. Do it over there.
I don't care how conductive the pole is. You guys still have water in the line, and it's gonna go down that. So, and you'll never be able to fix that problem. I want people to be safe. I don't like seeing these videos of high-rise guys falling, swing stages getting twisted, smashing the buildings. I don't like the high-rise rescues. Yeah, I didn't like seeing that video where a guy's struggling with the water fed, then boom, like, dude, it's bad, and it's all preventable. And then, like, you're not gonna see a high-rise equipment company try to put any liability within themselves, and that's what I'm seeing the opposite of, with the poles. Same thing with like a ladder company. You know what I mean? They're not gonna try to make their ladder so where you can go put it up against the damn power line.
Yeah.
It's just something.
Let's go try it.
Yeah, with no gloves, or like I don't know. I've always been against the water fed pole. I feel like I'm faster with a brush and squeegee and a pole.
I have felt that way for my entire being. When I got this shit started in 2012, my younger brother, he's about 18, 20 months younger than me. He's the one who helped pay for my licensing and get everything done through the Arizona Corporation Commission and the Secretary of State, right? I think it's like a couple $100 to do all the paperwork or whatever. And originally he was going to be like a backer for me. And he wanted me to invest in water fed and spend all this money. And I was like, Nate, I love you and thank you for doing this for me, but I can't. And this is back in actually we started discussing it in 2010, and then we finally did all the paperwork and stuff in 2012. But I was like, I didn't know anybody who owned water fed. Also, I wasn't online. I wasn't looking in these forums, so I didn't have any. Yeah, I didn't have any knowledge of water fed, and I'm not a YouTube guy, so I never watched any videos of it. I just thought it was black magic. But I did, when I was looking and contemplating into getting water fed, Jersey told me, hey, why don't you try and go do a ride along with somebody that, has one. And I went and did a ride along with somebody locally, and I watched them send a guy up, pull screens, because in Arizona we have sunscreens and or bug screens on almost every freaking window. So I watched the guy climb up, pull screens, move to the next one, then have a guy wash and do this. And I was like, man, in the time that he just did all that, and the time that it took him to bring this setup out and get moving, I would have already done three quarters of this back wall. So I didn't understand. I didn't understand how it could be more effective. I got the safety part, but with the sunscreens in the mix, and I was just like, man, I'm still faster. So, fast forward 8-9 years later, I finally invested in one. But I also do realize that there's a time and a place for everything. And yes, indeed, John, just like you, way faster. And I know what my results are. I don't have to worry I don't have to wait for the water to dry.
Well, see, with me, I've always, with high rise, you want to get it done the first time because you don't want to go have to do a redrop because then you end up having to drop the whole section all over again. And after having to do that a couple of times, I got really good at cleaning windows. So like, I don't know. A Frenchies, if a house is nothing but Frenchies on the outside, damn right I'll use a water fed.
Yeah, that's why I bought mine.
Grab my smokes.
She had like 600 French window panes.
Thank you.
And was talking about how safe it was for plants. So I was like, give me a couple of days. I'm going to go order a water fed pool here. And
we used to do the Union Depot in St. Paul, and that's got a lot of French panes up high and stuff. And we used to hand do it with the lift. And then my brother was like, why don't I just get a water fed pole? Since we wash this building, 3 times a year, we don't need to go up there and hand squeegee it every time because we maintain it. I think the only section that would have to get done by hand because of the exhaust from the train itself, we'd have to do those windows by hand because they'd be so greasy and shit.
D's over there dying.
Yeah.
Hit it again.
I know. No, I got sinuses. My whole family, everyone's like sneezing, wheezing, eyes red.
Dude, I've been like that for the past day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pollen. Pollen's been here for a couple of weeks. And I usually get just the runny nose, but this year it's completely different for me. I got one spot in my chest that when I breathe in outside, like if a big wave of pollen goes through, I can feel it in my. So anyway, I've been coughing a lot, just hacking up a lot of white mucus. Which is strange because I've got no nasal sinus action going. So it's weird. I'm just getting older. Shit's hitting me different.
Yep.
Strange.
It snows pollen here in South Carolina. I swear to God. Everything is covered in a green haze.
Yeah. There's a week or so coming up where I've got customers down at a place called Green Trails, a neighborhood where it's got all live oaks on every house. They all have 3 live oaks in their yard. But the point is, every year I go there at a certain time in March, April, May, and I look around and it's just green, like this fucking. You can see across the street. You can't even see. It's like just a green haze with so much pollen dropping. I've had to cancel jobs where I've showed up and then looked around at all the pollen, and I've just knocked on the door and said, I hate doing this, but I'll come back in 5 days because this is stupid.
Yeah,
you're right. It's green.
I've worked with a lot of companies that try to push it afterwards because they're just gonna get dirty again.
Mm-hmm. Jason's muted.
Okay, so I was just going to ask you. I have these fucking dogs. Sorry, I apologize. Are you picking up the dogs barking?
Not anymore.
I muted the mic, and they are just going ape shit, and I can't get them to stop. But I've been muting my mic.
Put the Kong with peanut butter. I will beat you. Turn this fucking camera around, you son of a bitch.
Dude, those Kongs, my German Shepherd will shred that damn ball. Like I don't. There's not. Yeah, even the black one, she'll shred it. Bro.
Super calm.
And I don't even. I don't. Even those bully made balls where they're indestructible. Nope.
They're indestructible.
Yeah, she'll tear up a tennis ball in 5 minutes, bro.
I used to live in the country. I had a dog named Hunter, and he would kill woodchucks. He would just sit on the top of a hill and watch the woodchucks, and then he'd go off and get them. So every once in a while, I'd come home from work, and he'd be on the front yard eating a whole groundhog, and you just walk by, and you'd hear crunch, crunch, because he's eating the groundhog. So that night, he'll be sitting in the living room, and you'll hear his stomach trying to digest a whole freaking woodchuck. It's fun. Dogs can eat a lot of different things. He even ate a whole Easter basket full of candy and didn't die. So dogs can.
Oh yeah, I was making some weed butter once, and my German Shepherd thought it'd be a good idea to drink it all. and she
Can't
was
slick the butter.
stoned for 3 days, bro. She was out of it. She'd be doing the high prancing with her tail just going like this, big old smile on her face.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Pie
yeah, you're not
high.
doing that again.
Yep. From now on, yeah, you got to keep the butter off of the side of the counter because she's going for it.
Oh yeah, I didn't think that she'd go for it with it being hot. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
she still got it.
Something smelled good. She was on it.
Yeah, my pit bull, she's the squirrel getter. She can jump straight up like over 6 feet. You know,
Nice.
and she'll wait for them on the privacy fence, and she'll go up there and grab them by their tail and eat it, kill it.
Mine now. Yeah, that's cool. Dogs are fun, right, Jason?
I love dogs.
It looks like the dog was trying to eat your bunny there. Yeah. Oh, wait, it's just a Kong, I think. But
I got no idea what the hell is going on today. These dogs are going crazy. I had Bobby just run right through and just yank all my equipment. It is what it is. Fucking dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the best. And then I hear the geese above me.
Stupid. I hate those damn things.
My son hates them too. And speaking of, real quick, I want to give a shout out to my kid. Julian turned 16 yesterday.
Wow.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, Julian, he waking up early this morning to watch me pop on with this crazy bunny head. So I don't think he got up, but he can check the replay. Yeah, happy birthday to that kid. The dude is an amazing young man.
He's an Aries.
He's been dealing with the back injury since December 30th. Started physical therapy again. Yeah, it's been a tough couple of months, but his headspace is good. So that's good. I mean, you guys, we talk about, again, I'm going to bring this up, mental health.
Right.
And when you're unable to do the thing that you love to do for a 3-month stretch, and you're told you can't run, you can't jump, you can't do anything, John, like you said, you haven't done any drops in forever. It can kind of wear. So I'm trying to do my best to keep my kid in a good headspace. He's a leader on both of his soccer teams. So you know you want to make sure that we're all in the right spot. So
I grew up playing soccer.
Yeah, he's a monster, dude. He is he's a good athlete, a good kid, and I'm super proud of him. He gets his license on Monday morning, so as soon as the Monday episode of Goo and Deeds is over, I'm gonna drive his little ass over to the DMV and hopefully watch him pick up his new license. So way to go, Julian. I'm super proud of you.
Got mine redid. And then they gave you a stupid piece of paper, and it's like, you got to hold on to this until the printed one comes. I'm like, I could just print these out for myself every time and chicken scratch something on there and be good.
There you go.
No, that license was 10 years old, man. And I was getting ready to, get the U-Haul situated. I'm like, oh, crap, my license is going to expire on my birthday in 2 weeks. I might want to get that taken care of before I get up to North Carolina. So
smart.
Jake Van O said apparently his dog did the same thing that your dog did. 100 milligrams of edibles in 3 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't even walk the first day.
That's a long stone.
It was probably more than that, dude, because she was out of it.
That's funny.
She had the psychosis and like the tripping going on and everything. It was you would wave, you would put your hand in front of her face and there'd be like a delay, and then she'd be like, "Whoa, what was that?"
What was that?
It's like getting flash or tracers.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Man, it's been a while since I've seen that shit.
Oh man.
Flashbacks.
So back in the good old days.
Mike Nichols used to have a dog with no back legs, named him Cigarette. Every morning he'd take her out for a drag. That's good. It's a good one.
This is why we wake up every morning, is to have great conversations and camaraderie with the homies and talk some funny stuff about our legless dogs.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been up since 5 o'clock. I couldn't sleep no more. I got up, I felt this big old mop on my head. I'm like, dude, I'm cutting this damn thing. Got up, went and cut my hair right then there, just yeah, I'm good, bro. I can't. My hair is probably as long as yours is, Jason, before I cut it.
Yeah, it's
but I had a full mullet. I had a full mullet going on, and I don't know. It's gonna be hot this summer. I can already tell because it's kind of early to already be, mid 80s for over here. So this summer is gonna be really brutal. We'll be matching temps like Phoenix has, and then you got to add the humidity to that, and it's gonna be
insane.
Sucks. Yeah, it's 86 today with humidity in Houston. It's the summer is here basically. Once it's over 85, we get automatic high humidity 100% like every single day. So this
will be my first time hanging in the mountains too, so that's going to be interesting. I've always been on, pretty much flat land.
Mm-hmm.
So to be up high when you got all the hills everywhere with you too is going to be pretty nice. I've been to Charlotte once, like 10 years ago. We did a building right next to the practice field for the Titans back when Cam Newton was there. And I'm like halfway down the building on, like a 12-story. And you can tell who Cam Newton is out there. He's got the red shirt on practicing. I'm like, hey, Cam Newton, you suck. Like I said like 3 times, yelled it like 3 times over and over. Finally, he threw the ball down, took his helmet off, turned around, and flipped me off. I'm like, I made an impact.
Yes, he heard me. Yeah, sound travels far when you're in the air.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you're up high and they're like, where the hell is it coming from?
Who knows that I suck so bad? Oh, that guy.
That guy up there that hates the Titans.
Yeah. Boo!
It was cool because we got to watch. I think it was preseason football, but we were up high enough to where we could sit there in our chairs on the side of the building with our back to the wall and see the game being played. It was interesting event. You get to see a lot of cool things on some of these buildings.
Hell yeah. I had a buddy who lived in the project apartments in my own little town up near Buffalo, and behind his house was a drive-in. So he had like 3 different screens. So you could like sit on his porch, and, like you could watch a movie, turn on the FM station. So that was pretty neat. Pretty cool. Watching bad movies as a kid, sitting on, over a fence.
Right.
What is the last drive-in movie you've seen, Deeds?
Good question. That was way back in like Jurassic Park days, Village of the Damned. I mean, it's been a while.
I've never
maybe like Austin Powers and Goldmember.
Nothing for you? No drive-in movies?
I can't even tell you the last movie I've seen in a movie theater.
I saw the original Scooby-Doo with Freddie Prinze and Sarah Michelle Gellar
and me.
And Deeds, Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard.
When my eldest, who is now 27, I think he was 5 years old, maybe even younger than that, man. He's probably 3 or 4 actually. It's been about 23 years since I've been to a drive-in.
Yeah.
I think the last movie I saw in the theaters though may have been Bob's Burgers. That was about 3 years ago.
I think the last one I saw was one of the Jackass movies.
Oh yeah. Dude, I rewatched the Jackass ones.
Bad Grandpa, maybe.
Oh, I saw that one in the theaters. I remember laughing my ass off.
I watched Jackass. Yeah, I watched Jackass 3 a couple months ago, and I legitimately laughed my ass off, laughed out loud because I forgot how fucking funny
they're all on Paramount Plus, I believe. Mm-hmm. Every single one of them, dude. I grew up in that era. I remember when they first came out, and Bam Margera used to be my idol back in the day.
I have a buddy that when I worked at University of Phoenix, I used to a buddy of mine, Jonathan Jerkowitz. Yeah, man. JJ.
What a name.
Yeah, Jerkowitz. Yeah, bro. JJ was he and I were absolutely a menace. We were in our early 30s, and yeah, he was all about the emo rock and Bam Margera and man, those movies and the skate videos, the soundtrack.
I used to skate back in the day. I miss it.
Dude, man.
The thing is now though, if you fall now, you're gonna be out of work for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? It's like
I dropped a fridge on my toe a couple weeks ago. I thought I had broken off the toenail like inside, and I've done that before. But I got lucky. Yeah, we're getting old, guys. You got to be careful with your bodies.
Yeah, I sleep on my pillow wrong. I freaking have had like this strained muscle in my freaking shoulder for like 2 days now. I'm like, what the hell, dude?
God damn it.
That's a little rough.
Yeah, I'll be 36 on the 16th.
Nice.
Happy early birthday.
Yeah.
Hey, so let's get back into the window cleaning aspect. You mentioned that, or you showed some of your tools, and I know you just recently picked up quite a bit of gear from WCR for this
Oh
big
yeah.
upcoming contract that you got going on in the next couple of weeks. What is your favorite tool that you just purchased, and which one are you going to get the most use out of?
My harness, probably.
Okay.
Out of what I just purchased, my favorite is probably the ASAP lock, and that's the safety locking mechanism. And this one has a big wheel in it. It just, when you go down, it follows with you, so you don't have to have any extra hands on trying to hold that while
Nice.
you're trying to descend and stuff. My harness will probably get the most use. I've been using I've always been like a big Petzl guy,
Yeah.
and so my first harness I purchased was like 5 years ago, and I've done a lot of pressure washing and stuff, so now it's all rusted, and and that was like one of my main concerns was having a new harness and my own ropes. Ropes would probably get the most use too, since I'm high rise guy. I'm ready to get on those new ropes. I ordered 1,350 feet of rope.
Nice.
So do you cut that in two, or how do you do that? Like, this is
I
another thing
cut
that I never understood. Like, so when
1,200
you
feet. I cut in half.
okay,
So I have two 600-foot ropes, and then I have a 150-foot rope.
got it,
Cool.
got it.
Yep.
That was one of the things too. It's
From
like,
New England Rope Company. They started out
when,
making ropes for sailboats and shit way, 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 way back.
Back when ropes were made out of hemp.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yep.
much.
They've
legit.
been, long time that company's been around, and the snapping pressure on, I believe, the KM3s is 7,500. I could be wrong. But
Yeah,
I mean,
safety first.
I could damn near tow this camper with my rope. That's a
That
funny
would be a
story.
good thing for your show tomorrow. Is once you get to the spot, lock in the rope, tie it onto the actual trailer, and see if you can pull your trailer
I'll
any
never
inches.
get that knot out, bro.
Oh yeah.
I've done, dude. We
it.
used to go mudding down in Florida, and I brought some old rope with me, and we used them for snatch, in case somebody got stuck. And I could never ever get that knot out ever again. It was locked in. It works. You know what I mean? It works for snatching it, especially if you use more than one rope. Double it up. Go back and forth, and yeah, that the rope's pretty incredible. A lot of people,
Yeah, steel core, yeah.
they're scared, you know what I mean? But they don't understand the equipment. You know what I mean? Like, everything is, obviously, I weigh like 170 pounds, but everything's rated for like 5,500 pounds. You know what I mean? Or, somewhere around that number, depending on, what's what.
Which rope?
My favorite piece of equipment outside of everything that I have is probably my sorbos. I got the Chris Lamborghini sent me the nice tie-dye American one.
Lovely.
Nice.
I don't know if I'm going to use that yet or not, but
yes, you are. Don't just.
I know.
Don't make it a decoration piece.
I'm not one of those guys. Like, if I'm going to use it, I'm going to use it. My American ones, I'll beat the shit.
Yeah, I have so I'm the same way, John. Like, all my gear gets used. The only thing I don't think I have used is that carbon fiber one. That's kind of just, it sits in the shed. It like looks cool. And I
I'm afraid
used
I'd
it
break it
on my house, but I've never used it on like an actual job. I don't know. Do you know Scott Aaron Krantz? He's out of Houston. He's the president of the IWCA. He was talking about the ASAPs. Isn't that what you were talking about?
Yeah,
the
that's
rope.
what I use.
Yeah, he said they're gold. Typically buy along and cut it to different lengths. So lots of people agree with you on the ASAP rope. That's pretty sweet. And Scott is going to be a guest of ours in a couple weeks, so I'm looking forward to talking with him.
Yeah, I'd like to get him on eventually if he's down for it.
Well, hopefully he heard what you just had to say.
I'd like to learn more about the IWCA. My cert's expired, through Draper, but it's an IWCA backed certification, and I got to get up with Draper, probably next winter and get a recert. And I guess he's got an upgraded certification from just the basic one that I have now. I've had guys tell me that I'm ready for Sprat. I just don't want to pay the money for it. You know, it's not feasible in window cleaning. You know what I mean? Now, if you're gonna go work for the fire department and want to be, you know, a rescuer for the rope rescuer for the fire department, then yeah, it makes more sense because that's what your focus is. You know what I mean? Is rescuing.
So let me ask you this, John. What are the differences? You'll know this better than most of us. What are the differences in the classifications? Excuse me. When it comes to window cleaning, what separates them?
Well, you got your basic authorization RDS cert, which it just makes you an authorized user. You know, and it's not I think Minnesota or Minneapolis is the only one where they're trying to make it to where you have to be certified. But OSHA doesn't make you have to be certified for this job.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm trying to get more people to, you know, get in touch with, you know, Jeff Scott or Draper, because like you should at least know what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Duh.
And a lot of these older companies still do it the old school way. You know, you just got a regular webbed harness that's not meant for, you know, being on the side of the building. If you're to fall, you have like 15 minutes to get rescued before that belt cuts off all your circulation. And then they got to do a certain thing for your body so you don't get, you know, septic shock, you know, once that gets released, you know, because all them toxins, you know, it's serious stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And so you get your basic RDS cert, and then you know you're pretty much good. If you're going more industrial applications with rope access, then you get your Sprat or IRATA, and then they have different levels to each one of those too.
So what's the difference between Sprat and IRATA?
They're pretty much the same. One's international, and I think the other one, somebody from like Jersey or something. I'm not 100% sure of how they got started, but I know one's international, and one was made here in the States.
Got it. Hey, quick news for you, John. Scott says he's willing to jump on below the parapet sometime. He said usually Saturdays are tough for him, but he will make it work. So get a hold of Scott,
Awesome.
man.
Will do.
We're bringing fools together. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Together. Speaking of, we brought up Michael, Expert Safety Services. I was looking at they have like tornado warnings yesterday in Peoria, Illinois, and all that area. So, hats off to Michael. Hopefully they're cool with the weather. It seems like tornado season is it's spreading everywhere else now. I mean, we get tornadoes in Texas, tornadoes.
Yeah, Minnesota's get scary with some of those sometimes. You know, when I was up there last year, you know, about this time, you get some of the most craziest freaking storms that I've ever seen, even living in Florida. You know, compared to a hurricane, I'm more scared than these, you know, tornado outbreaks.
Yeah. Well, the thing with in the country and stuff, you got trees to deal with. They'll fall on you, break stuff.
Right.
Near the coast, you just have flying
Jake
fish.
Van O answered too. He said for the upgraded cert with Draper, you have to be able to do a rope transfer, and then without a chair. And he's like, I was sweating bullets doing a rope transfer because it had been years since he had to do one. We were watching.
I've done one 30 stories up in the air before.
That's got to be sketch as fucking scary, bro. Like, what your mental fortitude has to be, like, you have to be mentally locked in. And
you know what you're doing.
I want to say that just from the tiny bit of training that we did, little 2-day training class, the one thing that I did gather from it was you keep your cool, no matter what height you're at. If you can keep your brain and you can keep your heart rate and you can keep everything cool and calm, you make better decisions. Would you say that's safe to say, John?
Yeah, and it's muscle memory too. You know, if you repeat the actions over and over again, you know what I mean? It'll be firsthand nature. You know, just like clean a window. You know, I whenever I try to teach someone when clean a window, I start from the same side of the window, and I do the same every single time. You know what I mean? And that's how you end up getting faster. And same thing with the high rise stuff. If you're doing your setup the same way every time, it becomes muscle memory. You know, you don't have to really think. You know, unless you're like on a new building and you know, the first run's like, okay, what do I got going on here? You know.
Absolutely. So other than the move today, you're gonna get in the truck, you're gonna pull that thing, you're gonna drive 3-4 hours. Once you get there, what do you think the first 5 things you're gonna do are? And be real, let's hear it.
I'm gonna set up, smoke one, probably drink a beer, and light the grill.
There you go. What's for dinner?
I'm thinking maybe a pork tenderloin or some chicken thighs.
Bro, I made some fucking I made some bomb ass chicken thighs this past week. For Julian's, we had a little get together on this past Sunday for his birthday since it was going to be busy this weekend, and I grilled up, I don't know, 10 pounds of chicken thighs. We did a homemade version of chipotle. You know, rice,
Cool.
beans. My wife, my mother-in-law makes the best beans, bro. Yeah, so we had like homemade build your own Chipotle bar at the Pompa Gulick household, and it was on point. Shit was
Yeah,
great.
I like Kinder's. Kinder's is where it's at. Have you ever had black garlic?
I have
Have
not.
not.
Kinder's, it's fermented garlic, but this stuff is so. If you like barbecue, that's a winner. And I normally always use Kinder's, but I add some extra stuff into it. Anywhere I
Nice.
go, people like my cooking.
You look like you're
Nice.
always having fun, bro. Like, you're always doing some weird shit, and I love that. But you always look like you're trying to have a good time, and you're just trying to spread some joy. And
Yeah.
that's one of the things that I noticed about you, John. And I know sometimes too, like we kind of touched on it earlier. You're kind of known for being a wild card. You're kind of known for wearing your heart on your sleeve. But I think that some people are afraid to wear their heart on their sleeve, and that's one of the things that I find refreshing about you, John. And I think that you're always you, and there ain't nothing phony about you. There ain't no phony bone in your body, and I think that that's a respectable and an honest thing about you, and I really enjoy
I
what you're
appreciate that.
doing right now. Yeah, man, and dude, listen, you and I have had some personal conversations, one on one, and I think that you and I also have an understanding too. It's like, look, man, sometimes shit gets tough, and sometimes we say stuff that maybe might get some people scared or might rile some people up.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm working on that. I'm working on that.
I know that, man, and I wanted to let you know and remind you that we're always here for you. We're here to support you. Not just you, John. We're here for everybody. And I see that you're kind of doing the same type of deal. Like you're reaching out to people, you're letting them know that you're there if they need to talk. Is that kind of another thing that you're doing with Below the Parapet as well? You want to let others know that you're around, and if they need somebody to talk to, that you're
Yeah.
available.
Yep. I used
Got
to
it.
have a group called Rope Riders on Facebook, and I would get all these high rise guys on there, and that's actually how I learned a lot of stuff about high rise stuff is on there. And I try to keep out the the negativity. Like share your pictures, share what you're doing, so other
Yeah.
people can learn. And so now that's why I built this Below the Parapet is to get all the high rise guys like on the same page and understanding. Maybe we can save somebody's lives with training in the future. You never know.
Well,
Mhm.
John, so that's kind of ties into exactly what I'm saying. So even if you're not teaching people and or sharing um, the window cleaning aspect or the drop aspect, sometimes little messages that are said and shared in these forums or on these podcasts can have a positive effect on someone's life without us even knowing it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we could be having a conversation or we could bring something up and someone else is going through something that we have zero idea that they're going through. And then later on down the road, we get a message and or we get a text or we get an email. Hey man, what you just shared helped point me in the right direction. And I just wanted to say thanks. And trust me, if you keep doing this long enough, or when you keep doing this long enough, you're going to be getting those messages of people telling you thank you because something that you said has affected them in a positive light. And or like you kind of said too, people get people get down on themselves, right? And
Yep.
sometimes it's just knowing that someone else is there for them can flip that switch and remind them that hey, shit ain't that bad. Life is good,
Yeah.
and we got people around us and that are here for us. So
I was just
I'm really
I was
proud
just
and
gonna
happy
grill.
for what you're doing.
I was just gonna grill regular chicken tonight, but now I've got to go buy some Kenner's black garlic barbecue
Dude,
rub.
try all of their Kinder stuff. Like they even got French fries. Kinder's
Really?
French fries that are seasoned, and it comes with like a butter seasoned with olive oil that you mix on the fries after you cook them, and it's banging, bro. Kinder's is they're really good, and they have so much different seasonings. It's unreal.
I'll check it out.
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Well, I guess we're almost about time to wrap up this show, dude. This is like the fastest hour ever.
Yeah, it went by pretty quick.
It sure as hell did. John, you know how we wrap up the show. What we like to do is we like to give our guests a couple of minutes to say thank you or give shout outs to anybody that they'd like to. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to give a big shout to Jeff Scott, Draper. They've been, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have the knowledge of where I am now. I'd like to give a super huge shout out to, Chris Lamborghini's and WCR. Chris had been helping me out with a lot of things for a while. We used to bicker at each other, real bad, and now we're pretty good friends. I'd like to give a shout out to my mom also. She's been pretty supportive of me, even though she don't like me seeing me on the ropes. We talked about this move and whatnot, and she thought it would be the best thing for me is to go up to Charlotte. So big shout out to her.
Nice.
And shout out to you guys as well for being there for me and having me on as well.
Dude,
we appreciate it, John.
Yeah, it's our pleasure, dude. And I know you were going through a funk a little bit ago, and I can see it in your actions. I can hear it in your tone. I can see it in your face. Seems like you're doing pretty well. I know you're super excited about this move, and Deeds and myself are super happy for you. And all we want to do is see you succeed, stay safe, and keep spreading that message. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So go make those drops, get some good experience, and tell it on your podcast. We want to hear about the window cleaner.
Yeah, I just found out the RV park's right across the street from Charlotte Motor Speedway, so I might get some NASCAR action in there too.
There you go.
Show us your whatever.
I tagged not Mardi Gras.
A lot of drunk
I tagged Jeffrey Scott. I tagged Michael Draper. I tried to tag Chris Lamborghini's, but I forgot that he does not follow the Goo and Deeds podcast. What kind of crap is that, Chris?
I said you can't follow
Goo and Deeds on blast. He's like, yeah, I like him, but I ain't gonna follow him.
I like him. I just don't like him.
So I tagged his brother instead.
There you go.
The same thing.
Yeah,
the same thing.
Yeah, we got a text from Steve Fishgren just texted while we were on air. They're going to be launching the Goo and Deeds hat today and merchandise, all that fun stuff. So if you're a fan of the show, check out windowcleaner.com, grab your window cleaning gear, and grab a Goo and Deeds hat because it looks good on you.
Yeah, man. Right? So I don't ever push, and I told you guys this on Monday or Wednesday. I don't ever ask you guys to buy anything. I'm gonna share a link later on. Go on, click on my link. Yes, I am an affiliate, and I never tell you guys click on my link, but I'm gonna set up a link, and you guys go out, get yourself a Goo and Deeds hat. It would mean a lot to us. We really want to see a bunch of them out in the wild. They are limited edition. There's only going to be probably 40 of them made, something like that. So go get one. They will be live. Click on my link. Get it. Go get one. Chuck D says, I missed the whole show. Well, you missed a bunch of good shit. John La Liberté was in the house, busting it up, giving us pointers on the grill, telling us what's good on the ropes, explained some of the cool stuff on his new gear, told us about the move. So, yeah, it was a great show, man. Mr. America. Mason Hembry just popped in, too. Mason's a good dude as well.
We the people.
We the people. Deeds, you want to go or you want me to go?
I'll go. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, John, for showing up and being on our podcast. We appreciate having you on. Loving your show. I've caught a couple, Saturday episodes are really good. So check him out. Check John out. Saturdays, 4:20. It's a good show. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We appreciate you. Thank you, Kylie, for all she does behind the scenes. Thank you, Chris and Alex, for everything you guys are doing for window cleaners. And thank you guys for watching. We'll ask a quick prayer request. Put my mom in your prayers this weekend. She's going in for she had some blood clot action, so she's gonna get that dealt with. So not sure how they fix that, but they're gonna work on it. So prayers up for that. But thank you, guys. Thank you, Jason. You're up.
Definitely a shout out to Deeds' mom, Mrs. Deeds. We love you. Get well soon. I hope everything's going all right. prayers, energy, vibes, love, all that
Thank
good
you.
stuff. You can give her one of these too, Deeds. Give her a big old smooch.
Smoochy.
I would like to say thank you to the Lambrinides brothers, WCR, Zero, and Sorbo. I would like to give a shout out to my family for, just being who they are. Happy birthday to Julian. Definitely a good Friday. It's Easter, so I got the pink on. Matter of fact, I'm wearing an Eddie Stewart shirt on underneath just to get the good vibes going. Did you going out on the road today? You got work going on?
Yeah, I've got to get out of the office. My wife, she takes over at 8:30 doing dispatching, but I'm going to be doing a driveway and a back deck cleaning today. So I got a pretty light day. Going to do that, and then I got to organize the garage, do all that fun stuff.
Well, it's going to be a great day. One last thing I wanted to tell everybody: have a safe weekend. John, seriously, thanks for coming on the show. I know you've got a jam-packed day. I know you got a bunch of shit to do. It is going to be a great one. Deez, are you playing music, or is that me?
My son is playing the Interstellar song.
Oh, nice.
So
I'm gonna do one quick run through our board real fast, just to see what other noises we have. John, give me 1 second here. Here's that one for John. Let's see what else we got. Nope. Here's what you need to do to that one here, John. That one's especially for you. All right. Well, we'll let you guys go. I hope everybody has a wonderful week. Deeds, what do you tell them? No, you lost it. You put yourself on. No, he's like, I don't have a mic. He says, change your rubbers, everyone. Change your rubbers, everybody. I hope your passion buckets are full. We're going to be back live on Monday, 8:30 Eastern. Deed, you there? 8:30 Eastern?
I'm there now.
There you are. I can hear the kids' piano playing. We're going to be back Monday, 8:30 Eastern. We have guests on next week. It is going to be, I think it's John Trotta on Wednesday. And then we have a special guest on hi, Kylie. We have thank you to Kylie.
Get out of my office.
Yeah, and then we have a special guest on Friday the 10th, the one and only Sid Graff from the Huge. Let's get ready to party. Right. Let's have a wonderful Easter. I hope everybody gets well. And shout out to mom, prayers, energy, love, respect. And again, John, thanks for taking the time on such a busy day. Go out there, change numbers. I hope your passion bucket's full, and if not, reach out to one of your loved ones, friends. Let everybody know you love them. Happy Easter, everybody. Thanks for joining Goo and Deez. We'll see you Monday, 8:30 Eastern. Stay tuned, knucklehead.
See ya.
Peace. See you guys. Happy Easter.
Yeah!